Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jonathan Sabino. I'm the Assistant Dean for MERIT. In our final portion of the Norman Education Research Day, we have a number of thank yous, a number of awards, and some next steps for you as a member of the education, scholarship, and research community here in McMaster, but also from the attendants here within Canada and more broadly around the globe. Before we talk about our awards, I want to begin with some thanks. Certainly to you as participants for adopting and being facile with moving through this virtual platform. I would want to thank our presenters for sharing and challenging us with their research and scholarship, our moderators who have made the transitions seem remarkably seamless, and certainly to our plenary speaker, Dr. Woods, and to my co-chair, Lawrence Grierson. But a special thank you to Maria Radomirovic and Samantha Applewaite, who have made tremendous efforts quickly and seamlessly transitioning us from an in-person conference to a virtual one, making it possible for us to continue these opportunities to build professional networks and share our research, and to have critique and thoughtful ideas and questions about where our research might take us next. I want to share with you the first announcement, which is the Health Professions Educator Award. This is an award that acknowledges and recognizes innovation in clinical or classroom teaching in graduate supervision, mentorship, or in education research. And it's my great pleasure to announce that Dr. Sarah Wachkowski from the School of Rehabilitation Sciences is this year's recipient. Dr. Wachkowski is a professor and the director of clinical education for physiotherapy. And during the 2015 accreditation, her work and leadership was one of the key strengths acknowledged in the accreditation process. She is also the director of Piper, our interprofessional education network, leading a number of scholarly activities that she presented, in fact, here at NERD 20. She's also one of the leaders in developing the Mac Hope Clinic, which improves access to rehabilitation services in our inner city portion of Hamilton. Certainly, she's a very active education researcher with numerous grants and publications. And the awards committee was certainly able to identify her as a very worthwhile recipient of this year's Health Professions Educator Award. Let's all extend our congratulations to Dr. Wachkowski and then offer her a few moments to share some words of wisdom to us.
Thank you, Dr. Sabino. Good afternoon, colleagues, students, and special guests. I'd like to start by thanking the selection committee for this recognition, and I'd also like to thank the individuals who nominated me for this award. Dina and Alan, I am truly grateful for your ongoing support and encouragement. I feel it is a true privilege to play an active role in health professions education in the Faculty of Health Sciences. As a former student of this faculty, I experienced and observed firsthand how dedicated and passionate educators can help novice learners find their footing and develop into skilled clinicians and leaders. Now, as I find myself in a position to support the next generation, I have learned that excellence in education depends on collaboration, patience, and listening to others. We can encourage students to see the potential that we see in them. I continue to learn daily, and just like those who presented in today's sessions, it is through conversations that I find myself challenged to do better. With this recognition, I would like to acknowledge my colleagues across the many programs within the Faculty of Health Sciences, as well as the students and graduates from the Masters of Science Physiotherapy program who have helped me grow into my educator role. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank my family who allow myself to immerse myself in education and provide unconditional support. Thank you again for this recognition.
It's now my great privilege to announce the winners of the Education Scholarship Fund, an award that is granted by Education Services with funding that they have to support and promote scholarship, both research and innovation in health sciences education. You already heard from some of the successful applications earlier today. And I'd just like to again to bring attention to Dr. Akhtar Dinesh and colleagues' proposal on Q methodology, a revolutionary approach to course evaluation, and Dr. Grierson et al.'s collaboration on associations between the geographical disposition of McMaster graduated physicians before medical school, during medical school, in postgraduate medical training, and eventual practice. Certainly the grant committee had a very challenging time adjudicating the numerous high quality and meritorious applications. And it speaks to the real strength and the real degree of attention and support that we have as a McMaster community to engage and to support high quality practice changing education scholarship. So I'm going to encourage us all to do at this moment is if you can all take your microphones off mute, maybe we can have a brief round of applause for Dr. Wojtowski, for Dr. Akhtar Dinesh, and Dr. Grierson. On the count of 3, go. That seemed a lot more fun in my mind than it actually turned out in practice. I want to, before we conclude our day, I want to share with you a number of resources that may in fact be helpful in asking yourself, what are the next steps that you may have in your own practice? You hopefully have come away from this day with a new idea, perhaps a new friend, and we'd like to share with you a next step. The McMaster Program for Faculty Development is offering a webinar, a panel series on how to turn your current scholarship, turn your current innovation into scholarship and optimize your productivity. You can go to the McMaster Program for Faculty Development website and register there or find more information as you need. I also want to demonstrate for you a new resource that MERIT has produced. It's called MERIT Maps. This is just a static image, but if you go to our MERIT website or if you go to meritmaps.ca, you'll find a searchable interface that will link you with health professions education type of topics and the McMaster faculty that are participating in this. In this way, your own personalized or ad hoc professional or research network can be complemented so that we might begin to understand who are other colleagues across the Faculty of Health Sciences in different disciplines, but asking very similar questions that might benefit and support or perhaps be future collaborators for you. And so we have some pre-built searches, but you can also build any search and customize it to your needs. And in this way, we are trying to bridge in a virtual way the geographical gaps that even happen at the local level. And so we would welcome feedback on how this can be improved and for advice into how it actually impacts your own scholarship. And finally, we would love to hear what you thought about Virtual Nerd 2020. You're invited to provide us some feedback. You can find that on the landing page of the website. And we will have a number of draws for some gift cards. So you're motivated not only to make Norman Education Research Day better for 2021, but there's some personalized swag that you might be the recipient of. And so before we conclude, just a thought that if being parts of these conversations and discussions and finding a community here was a first step for Norman Education Research Day, we'd like for you to continue to integrate and be involved with us. Most significantly, as you might consider becoming a member of MERIT. You can find more details at merit.mcmaster.ca. We'd certainly welcome the opportunity for your perspective, your ideas, your comments, and your innovations, and your research ideas to enrich the conversations that we're having. So with that, I'll wish you a very good summer or spring day and hope that you have been as challenged and as rewarded by the presentations that we've heard today as I have. Take care.